Hey everyone, it is Thursday again. And back on Tuesday, we started talking about this freedom, and I told you we'd have a little follow up conversation on that freedom. Tuesday, we talked about how we could use our freedom for good or for bad, for action or for inaction, for change, or maybe even to stabilize, for living out the Spirit's calling, or for living and giving into the flesh. And another question came up. Are we truly free? Well, in 2020, I certainly don't feel free, and I'm sure you don't either. This year, Andy and I had some plans that we wanted to take a short trip every other month. We were able to hit up Louisville in January for a weekend, and early March, before everything got shut down, we were up in Charlevoix for a few days. But then May hit, and we couldn't do anything. There was a canceled wedding in July that we were going to be getting out of town for. And the snowball just kind of kept going. We certainly could have hopped in the car and gone wherever we wanted, except that it would violate the governor's orders at those times. And according to many who were in leadership positions, it would also affect the safety of people. So, in all aspects of life, we still have a set of rules to live by. Something that's been instituted to keep order rather than chaos. And oftentimes, if those rules are not followed, consequences then ensue. Either for me or towards somebody else that's been directly involved. So the question is still there. Are we truly free? Well, let's take a look today at Romans chapter 6. Again, these are some selected verses. I'm just kind of jumping around here. For if we have been united with him in a death like his, we will certainly also be united with him in a resurrection like his. For we know that our old self was crucified with him, so that the body ruled by sin might be done away with, that we should no longer be slaves to sin, because anyone who has died has been set free from sin. Now, if we died with Christ, we believe that we will also live with him. For we know that since Christ was raised from the dead, he cannot die again. Death no longer has mastery over him. The death he died to sin once for all. But the life he lives to God. In the same way, count yourselves dead to sin, but alive in Christ Jesus. Therefore, do not let sin reign in your mortal body so that you obey its evil desires. Do not offer any part of yourself to sin as an instrument of wickedness, but rather offer yourselves to God as those who have been brought from death to life. And offer every part of yourself to him as an instrument of righteousness. For sin shall no longer be your master, because you are not under the law, but under grace. So, according to Paul here, we are free if we are in Christ. We are free to make that right choice and to live according to the calling we received as children of God. We are free, and that sin's curse is lost on us because we are under grace. There are two songs about freedom that I just can't help but think of right now. And one of those is the song I Am Free by the Newsboys. It goes like this: I am free to live for you. And then there's also a phrase that says, who the Son sets free is free indeed. And then another song by Bethel Music called No Longer Slaves. Here's some of the lyrics from that. It goes, I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I am surrounded by the arms of the Father. I am surrounded by songs of deliverance. We've been liberated from our bondage. We're the sons and the daughters. Let us sing our freedom. 2020 has infringed on day-to-day freedoms. But it too is no match for Christ and the promise that he fulfills. So you know what? Yes, you are free, truly free, thanks to the blood of Christ. I hope you can take that message into your weekend and enjoy some days outside. And just remember that you are loved by God.